This is the worst selling midsize truck, and I wonder why. So here we are, folks, with the GMC Canyon. And the GMC Canyon had a pretty good year for 2024 with a fairly sizable increase in sales with the 2023s. And they have not kept up, though. That's for sure. So recently, year to date, the GMC Canyon has only sold 18,339 trucks. And that is far and away last place in comparison to the rest of the fleet there. Keep in mind, Toyota has sold at that same point almost 160,000 trucks, and they have sold 18,000. But this Rapids metallic paint is pretty sharp, don't you think? I think it looks pretty good with the blacked out wheels there. Elevation trim on this one. For me, this is a good looking truck. And I know a lot of other people in the comments think that as well, but they're not showing up with their money, that's for sure. So what do you all think about this? I do believe that they could have used a larger bed, that's for sure. This is only a 5-footer, but that's the new standard, right? Let's get into what they're charging. So when you're a dealer and you're not selling, what do you do to increase sales? Well, of course, you do markups, right? So it's not selling. Let's ask for more money for no reason and take a $42,000 truck and make it $50,000. So, yeah, 2-wheel drive pickup, $50,000, not selling, but we want more for it. Okay, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it, folks? Right? And you're going to wonder why, GM's in last place then, right? Well, if their dealer network is behaving like that, why would anybody buy one, right? So they're going to show up on a lot and say they're not maybe super educated into the market, right? And they're just going to walk right up and go, well, guess I got to pay $7,000 more. Well, if they knock this off, then I'm getting a steal, right? Wrong, right? So they should be doing $7,000-8,000 off MSRP at least to move these things, and they're definitely not. So they've been sitting here forever and ever. And I will tell you, last year around this same time, you would not be seeing these Canyons at all. It was hard to get them. Their production was hindered. They weren't pumping them out like they had promised, and people wanted these trucks. They definitely did, and the want has gone away. That is for certain. But I will tell you, one thing that you typically still can't find is an AT4. So I feel like those, either General Motors is just not producing them, or they're definitely selling, because yeah, you're hard pressed to ever see any AT4s on the lot. And yeah, it's just crazy. But let's take a look at this one. So here we've got a 1500 Denali, right? And this one's got the 6.2 liter, which has been a plague. And yeah, so all this crap, right? Standard MSRP without anything is $70,000. So they're doing markups and all of that stuff. So out the door, you're at $79,000. I'm sorry, not out the door. Your total price after destination and all the other options and everything, you're at $79,000. Well, they want another $9,000 on top of that. So $88,228 for a GMC Sierra Denali. But that is one sharp interior, folks. I will give them that. Put in the comments what you all think. I do feel like this brown color, though, does make it look a little dated. It's definitely really nice, but yeah, I think that it's probably not going to hold up all that well. I don't know. A lot of piano gloss there in the center console, but you do have buttons for most things, which is quite nice. And just a regular old steering wheel. This is very thin. Like it's doesn't have a very good grip regularly. It feels like it should be in a Nissan Sentra or something like that. You do have a grab handle and some automatic step rails. And all your controls right there. So, right. And I know GMC has always kind of played second fiddle to Chevy, right? Because they're the more fancy schmancy brand. You got your pinky in the air, drinking your martinis and stuff when you're getting GMC. And most people don't really want that when it's coming to trucks, right? They want all the luxuries and everything like that, but they don't want to show that off, I guess, maybe. I don't know. But GMC is struggling. And here's their cheap truck, right? So this is a Pro. This is the work truck, right? This is supposed to be cheap. $56,000. And, after they're done with you, $62,500. Nice. Gotta love that. And here is an actual HD heavy duty Pro, right? $66,768. At least you do have a nice sizable bed there though. That is a massive bed, and I could put that to use for sure. Nice. So with GMC, folks, I think that they don't really have a whole lot of compelling products right now. General Motors really doesn't. General Motors, overall, their trucks are selling quite well, but they're just not very good. And their reliability is just utter trash, especially with their powertrains and everything. I think that General Motors is honestly going to be a better brand when they switch entirely to EVs, because they can't build truck motors for crap, which is weird because the 6.2 and the Camaro and everything is great. They put it in this truck and they just can't figure it out. My sister's has been in the shop. It's needed new lifters. It's had all sorts of electrical issues. It's just been a total piece of crap. And she's thinking about getting a Toyota Tundra. And I was like, hey, I don't think you're going to be in much better condition with that pile of junk either. I don't know, folks. These new trucks are just not good. And that's what the bottom line is you could buy something new, you're going to pay through the nose, you're going to have loads of problems, and at the end of the day, you're going to be wishing that you were driving like an old 2004 for $3,000, right? Maybe that's what you should do. Put in the comments what you all think. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Trying to get to that 20,000 mark. I appreciate each and every one of you. Take care.